MSI has always done wonders in the gaming industry and have always brought quality to their products. The new MSI Stealth A16 laptop is no exception. So today we'll be diving into this laptop in detail to flesh out all the specs this laptop has to offer. So let's dive in. On paper, MSI has designed this laptop to have little to no compromise when it comes to gaming, 3D rendering, photo editing, video editing, and etc. And this brings us to the specs of the laptop. This laptop carries a Ryzen AI HX370 NPU processor, 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM at clock speeds of 7500 MHz, 2 terabytes of NVMe Gen 4 SSD with an additional slot for expandability in the future, and boasting the absolute beast of an RTX4070, which can deliver exceptional graphical output for creators or gamers. Let's quickly expand on the components real quick in detail. The Ryzen AI HX370 NPU packs a punch with 12 cores and 24 threads at a max boost frequency of 5.1 GHz with a stock TDP of 28 watts, which further proves that this kind of laptop at this caliber of specs can achieve a low power output and also maximize the most amount of performance as possible. Since technology has really boosted into overgear in terms of the AI scene, this laptop is more than capable of doing those sort of tasks as well. This CPU, or rather the NPU, boasts 50 NPU tops with a load of 80 AI tops, which will aid in a bunch of AI softwares that we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. The RAM, on the other hand, plays really well in relation to the other components in this laptop. The 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM makes sure that you have an ample amount of memory to do multiple tasks with ease. The GPU, on the other hand, is the absolute powerhouse of this entire laptop. The laptop version of a 4070 has always given out really good benchmarking results, which is why I'm extremely excited to see the results on this particular laptop that we'll be touching on a little bit later in the video. This GPU has also added to the bandwagon for AI, coming in with 321 AI tops, which can aid a lot in AI graphic related tasks. But enough with the internal features. Let's take a look at the outside of the laptop and look at the actual ports and physicality of the actual product. Well, the panel itself packs a mean punch, coming in with a beautiful 16-inch panel screen at a resolution of 4K at 120 Hz. All this packed in with a vibrant, high color accuracy mini LED panel. And when I mean color accurate, I mean 100% DCI P3 color accuracy, which is extremely useful for any sort of creators that are doing any sort of photo jobs, video jobs, and would like to have the most color accurate output for any of their clients or any of their sort of jobs that they'd like to do. For audio, this laptop comes with an impressive array of speakers, 2 2-watt tweeter speakers and an impressive 4 2-watt subwoofers. This simply means that this laptop can punch above many other sort of generic laptops out there, since this has a multitude of speakers installed all around the laptop. This means that playing games such as the Battlefield series will be extremely rumbly and extremely immersive, whilst in comparison of playing games that have audio-driven dialogue and background noises, the tweeters will take good care of that as well. This laptop also comes coupled with Wi-Fi 7, which is one of the latest and greatest of Wi-Fi standard generations. This will give you the most fastest and responsive Wi-Fi internet connection, providing that your internet plans reflects those speeds. So just bear that in mind. We have an RJ45 port for LAN internet connection, one HDMI 2.1 that can support 8K at 60 Hz or 4K at 120 Hz, two USB-A 3.2 Gen 2 ports, one Type-C Thunderbolt 4 standard port that can support vision, charging, and data transfer, and a charger input with a whopper of a charger of a 240 watts that supports a 99.9 watt-hour battery. Beastly. Let's quickly touch on the physical quality of the laptop next. This whole laptop is made of a magnesium aluminum alloy, which has a multitude of benefits. For example, it makes it extremely light, makes it look sleek as well, which means it can fit in any sort of environment, whether it's gaming environments or creator or work environments. In terms of weight, this is a huge one. It comes in at 2.1 kilos. This is actually quite light in terms of MSI's gaming lineup, which makes this laptop extremely useful for on-the-go traveling. At the upper part at the back of the laptop, you'll also see a really nicely engraved Stealth logo. This adds to the sleekness and luxury of the laptop as well. The bottom of the laptop shows a massive grille, which gives you an extremely large area of airspace for airflow for your GPU and CPU and other components on the inside of the laptop. Touching on the webcam, this outputs at a resolution of 1080p. After some testing, I have to say that the camera isn't too special, but it gets the job done. You can see that in the really dark areas and highlights, the 3D noise reduction post-processing software is trying its absolute hardest to keep the image as clean as possible. If you were to use this webcam in a mostly all bright environment with not too much contrast, you'll get the most optimal performance. But yeah, overall it's not too bad at all. Alrighty, benchmarking time. I tested this laptop on multiple AAA games such as Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Red Dead Redemption 2, Diablo 4, and 3D Mark. All benchmarks receive various results, as you can see in this graph. Looking at Tomb Raider, it performed quite well with DLSS on and off. Same with Red Dead Redemption 2 and Diablo 4. 3D Mark Steel Nomad's benchmark, on the other hand, was quite interesting. After further inspection to other results people have gotten, this is classed as an average score. Bear in mind, this laptop is spitting out a 4K image, which is admirable for this result. Overall though, you can see that this laptop is carrying these specs in a laptop this thin and this light is quite impressive. A lot of these specs that I've been talking about have been more aimed towards your typical gamer setup, but there are a few other nifty features on this laptop that'll be beneficial for non-gamers out there, so for creators or work users. For example, MSI has developed a software that's called MSI AI Engine. This piece of software automatically calibrates and adjusts system softwares in real time depending on what tasks you're doing. This sort of software has been developed in a way where you don't need to worry about anything when it comes to system settings for optimization. This is super helpful for getting things done quicker if you're in a time crunch. This nifty piece of software also has some pretty cool preset modes that you can customize yourself in terms of putting your own applications or softwares in it, so that when you start up those programs, it'll automatically set that subsetting to be more optimized for that particular program. The 3 subsettings are labeled as Extreme Performance, Balanced, Silent, and Battery Saver. The actual name of those titles explain themselves, but when you get this laptop, you're going to see a whole lot of cool subsettings within those parameters that can help you along with your tasks. Additionally, you can change the way your graphic output can perform. Below, you'll also be able to see some really cool subsettings that'll let you able to tune your graphics output the way you want it. Since we're hot on the topic of AI, this laptop also comes coupled with a pretty cool AI prompt called AI Copilot. What this software can do is pretty similar to what other text prompts have been able to do for a little bit. You give it a text form question and it'll be able to answer you quickly and promptly. Another feature is what's called live caption. So this particular sub-software will be extremely useful when you're playing back video. It'll be able to actually give you live subtitles. It can actually translate from 40 different languages to English, which is quite cool. And like I said, it all does this live, so pretty quickly and pretty promptly. Co-Creator, on the other hand, is more for our creators out there. You give it a rough sketch, a text prompt, and it'll spit out a really nice image for you, as accurate as possible in multiple different versions. So you can choose the best one that's more aimed towards what you're trying to look for. Pretty neat. AI Recall, on the other hand, is one of my favorite ones personally. If you're a data hoarder or you have a lot of folders on your desktop, this is extremely useful for this sort of user. All you gotta do is you need to give it a text prompt, describe what you're kind of looking for, and it'll give you a much more accurate result in terms of fetching your data compared to generic file explorer searches. And finally, Windows Studio Effects. This particular software will be able to enhance any sort of voice or video call, voice being more enhanced and video being more immersive to look at. In conclusion, this laptop is an absolute terminator and can withstand any sort of tasks with ease. Whether it's AI, gaming, photo work, video work, CAD, and the list goes on. Epic PC definitely gives a green light for this laptop. We'd like to announce real quickly that MSI is currently doing a giveaway, and that's the opportunity to receive a game code to Diablo 4. And also, whoever comments on this video below gets to go in a draw to potentially win an MSI Dragon G figure, which are pretty cool. If you have any questions, leave it below and we'll be able to answer it for you. Besides that, hope you have a good day.